Hey, what's up, my people? It's your boy Sam the Sun, aka Pascal, and this is the Featured Conversation. Always remember the last show was great. We were able to talk about actors in Kenya, and we really had an amazing show. You can go check out at Wenslow's because we were talking about being a student in Kenya and mixing careers. You get peer hustling, but today I want us to talk not just different thing from the last episode, but I guess itakuwa fiti. It's just a new topic nime come up nayo, and up on the place I have one and only Mr. Clinton, but first ningependa pia jintroduce tumjue na tujue ni nani anafanya nini before tuendelee na show. Ama
English, Kiswahili,
any kwa hiyo feel free
English ama Kiingereza,
feel free.
Okay, Clinton Upondo, and I'm a filmmaker in general, and producer, director, and actor. I'm also a thespian. A thespian means acting on stage.
Okay.
Doing acting on stage. That's a thespian, a theater artist.
Utasongia mic. Itabidi tu.
Theater artist. I hate mics. Yeah, and I'm also a model trainer, a dance trainer, and a community educationist.
Where?
Yeah.
Hey, you see, like young people have so many things, so many titles, you know. So anyway, welcome Clinton to this channel. Actually, I'm so delighted. I'm delightful to have you in this because I feel you are the perfect guy mwenye nitakuwa naweza have naye like this type of conversation. So the last time on the last show I was having this guy anajiita Wenslow's, you know, and he's a photographer. So he was telling me like the challenges that yeye anapitia, you know, after finishing school, like what next. There's no work, you get hakuna job. Same thing that happened regarding Gachagua during the public speaking in a university. Alikuwa anaambia the graduating student that we don't have job with as a government, and I don't think we don't have job that mkimaliza shule tutawapea. But you being as an actor pia, I feel you're facing the same challenges as that guy who is in he's a photographer and he's actually be a web designer. So this is how I want to bring it. Like you being let's just acha tuanze na wewe, you personally, like you being an actor in Kenya, like does it have more benefit or iko na shida mob kushinda benefits mingi?
Okay, being an actor in Kenya comes with two phases. Number one is as an actor, you're expected to work out by yourself first,
yeah,
before somebody recognizes what you can do. That depends with what part of acting are you taking.
Yeah.
For example, as a theater artist, you can start from set books. That's a readily available job for an actor. But that won't make you that actor that you want to be. Because set books, you're just on that stage with students there, and okay, they'll laugh, they'll be happy. But at the end of the day, as an actor, is your career growing? Because once you get out of that place and you say, okay, I'm an actor, and you go for an audition, then you're being told like, hey, you need to go and learn. Yeah, somebody has been there for like 5 years, and then when you're going for an audition, you're told you have to learn. Yeah. So as an actor, the first thing you have to do is know what acting entails first before you get into it. Somebody should not just tell you, you are a very good actor, and then you go through it. There is the entertainment aspect of it, and then there is the professional part of it. So go for the professional part of it. Now, the professional part of it comes with the second. Now, what makes you an actor? Professionally, you have to go to there are different organizations or schools that teach acting. So you can either join those theater groups, the theater groups that really give out workshops. For example, we have a group called Miller's Production. We have the Miller's Production. They're really good. We have the Legacy, Jicho 4, I think. And then we have like Youth Theatre Kenya.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to say New Theatre.
Yeah, we have Youth Theatre Kenya. And I have experience with Youth Theatre Kenya and the workshops they give. The workshops they give, they are top-notch.
But I was to ask you, like, what's the difference between New Theatre Kenya and the other theatres? Because, for example, like, let me give you, like, for example, Jicho 4 and New Theatre Kenya, because they're doing like different stage plays. What's the difference?
The difference between Youth Theatre Kenya and other groups that I've interacted with, first of all, is that Youth Theatre Kenya don't just come up with a show and you do it. Youth Theatre Kenya comes with a show in form of a workshop. So you guys will work together as a team for like a week or 2 weeks. And then at the end of the day, you have a performance. Through that, you're not just going to perform. You're not just going to be given a script. You're going, an idea is going to be laid out. And then you guys together as a team, with the big team, the Youth Theatre Kenya team, you'll be facilitated through it and you'll come up with a performance.
Let me cut you. So let's get back to our first, what you're saying about theater and professional acting, you get? Because I had this one friend of mine, alikuwa ananiambia, for you to get a space in Kenyan film, lazima kumonga huko chini. You get? Lazima kumepitia stages za kupeana do ndio jina yako ijulikane. Do we have that like same challenges when we are talking about theater acting, that is specifically? Like lazima utoe hongo ndio ufike on a certain place ama I don't know about much about acting. Do you think?
Okay, I personally have worked with 2 or 3 theater companies with a good number of productions here and there, and most of them with Youth Theatre Kenya, of course, with the Elephant Queen, and with the first that I started with, I even forgot, but we used to perform at the KCA University. So as I said, for the theater production, it's always free to join. It's always free to join. You just get a team and then join. And for there, personally, I've not gone through any point whereby I have to give out money for me to get to perform. In other productions, what happens is we are doing business.
Yeah, business.
And as a business, we need to make money. Business is to make money. So you come to us and you tell us that I want to do the main role. Yet we have somebody already advantage to that role. So for us to give you that role, then you'll have to pay for it. It's as a business. You give us to give you the privilege. That is so different with Youth Theatre Kenya that I've worked with for long. There's never, like, you get there, the way you interact with your people, with your colleagues is what gives you that. But everyone gets that opportunity to perform, opportunity to learn, because it's all about learning. So if it's all about workshop, then you don't have to pay for money. But also we have like workshops that are being done basically. For example, we are doing a workshop for 3 or 4 days. There's that facilitation fee, which is not hidden, of course. It's written there. You're going to pay 1,000 shillings for the whole session. Yeah, but personally, I've not encountered for the last 6 years. Yeah. The last 6 years, I've never encountered a point whereby I've been told to give out money for me to perform, because first of all, I don't tolerate that. If you tell me, I'll just tell you, okay, have it. I'll have another opportunity somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, before as we continue, like the first time we studied with the Clinton, like in high school. So let me give you a short story. This guy, I'm on my form 4, right? Tunaenda set books. Then the first person I'm seeing is this guy akiwa kwa stage. And I was wondering, man, how did you get there? Because you finished fast,
Yeah.
Then at the second year after you finished, you are acting. So let me bring it like this. So I want you to tell me the challenges that people face, especially young actors. We have, like, for example, in high school, I want to be an actor nikiwa shule, right? Then I don't have that an opportunity. Maybe the school that I'm going to doesn't facilitate much. Facilitate much acting, right?
Yeah.
So unamaliza shule, you want to be an actor, you find a group, then you start acting. Is it hard for an upcoming actor mwenye ametoka high school, like, to start from fresh, building his acting skills now in the same group? Hawadrag chini, hata kuwa na wadrag chini, because I'm new in acting. I've never acted anywhere like you. After your form 4, you've never acted anywhere, right? Is it a burden to the group that you have to start like acquiring new skills somehow?
I will say it was. It was a burden before, because I don't know if I'm the one who got into this and now realized that there are different ways of understanding people. It was because you're there and these guys have their lines. You have the whole set book, and it's not one. There are 6 of them, 6 set books that you have to get the lines, and you're just being told, here are your lines. You just go get your lines and then come tomorrow. We're going to perform, or we're going to rehearse. You're going to go on stage and you're going to say your lines, and nobody is there to actually show you how to get to know these lines. Nobody is there to show you step by step. So you're expected to get to the highest point. Same as somebody, for example, when I was getting there, I had a friend who had 5 years experience. I had a friend who had 15 years experience. And the first thing they tell you is that in this acting, there's nothing you'll get. I've been here for 15 years. I've been here for 5 years. But you're going there with that hope, like, very soon I'll be on TV. I'll be on TV, because that's what always goes in your mind when you're going to become an actor. So it was a challenge to start as a new startup to get into that level. But with time, I'm going to tell you this for free. There are organizations, and I'll continue mentioning Youth Theatre Kenya, because as an organization, they started with that aim of bringing you that passionate actor to be a professional actor. And they've achieved that a lot, with lots of guys outside here in films, performing also outside the country. What they do is to give you that space. You get there with, maybe, let's say, that's such a big actor, like, who's the best actor that I maybe
Hassan, Sarah.
Let's say like Sarah Hassan. You get into on set with her or on stage with her, and then the love she shows you. Every time you do something, she's like, good job you're doing. They give you recommendation of, now you've done this, now let's go do this, without pushing, without forcing you. Then you find yourself at the end of the day, when you guys are going to perform, you're on the same level. And if you tell somebody that, like, this person is acting for the first time, they'll be like, no, that can't be. So it has transformed right now. People have realized it's not a matter of forcing people, because by the time I was getting there, like, the director could give you all sorts of insults. And then he tells you he wants you to be good on stage. Yeah,
and by the way, speaking of directors, you remember we were with you at New Theatre Kenya.
Yeah.
Then we had that choreographer. Do you remember what was her name? She was from, I think she was from United States of America.
That's Chrissy.
Yeah, Chrissy. And one of the actors, actually, she compared Chrissy with Kenyan directors.
Yeah.
Like, Kenyan directors are stiff. When it comes to acting, they don't joke with you. But Chrissy was somehow smooth with students. Like, have you ever went through same challenges? Like, you're being given a role. For example, you're an actor, but the director is not directing. Director na kutusi kwa set. You witness even the difference, right?
Yeah.
Is it a thing with Kenyan directors ama unaonaje? Ama do we have Kenyan directors who are so calm when it comes to acting?
I think it's I'll say it's a thing with old school directors. Mm-hmm. Old school directors, because most of the directors that I've met right now they like somebody doesn't really shout at you, mm-hmm. and that is what really makes the actor mad, because somebody is shouting at you and you're trying your best, mm-hmm. to the best of your ability. Mm-hmm. So this person should be there to guide you to go beyond what you can imagine you can do. So with old school directors, I've seen a lot of them being that way, and they are now aging out. They're aging out because the upcoming directors realized that there is something different that we can do. We need to facilitate this person. This person is getting into shoes that are not his. You're putting me into boots that I've never put on. So you need to be lenient a bit with me, as much as you'll push me, yes, but don't insult, don't shout at somebody. So that's old school. That's gone now. If there's any director doing that, they're just, I don't know. But most of the successful directors who have successful projects, they're very calm. And most of the time you can't even, if you go to a set, it's very hard for you to realize that that's the director. Yeah. Because they're the most calm people. And until somebody tells you that's the director, you'll just be around there walking around and looking at someone who is making a lot of noise there, telling people, oh, do this, thinking that that's the director, but that's not. The other thing that really made such directors is because a director is the producer. So they have the business mind in them, and at the same time they want to do the creative part. So they're just feeling like I'm losing money on somebody who is not doing anything. So it doesn't come really from that point of, I want to make you better, but you have to do this because I need to make this. Yeah. So the moment people realize, like, okay, let's have a different producer, a director different from the producer. So the director is there. They're there in the full capacity as a director, as a creative director. And so they focus on creativity rather than focusing on the budgetary part of the project.
Yeah. I think that's well explained. Now let's go to our, let me say, the economy side. You're an actor, you're a photographer, you're a videographer, you're you're everything, man, kwa film, weni kila kitu. So what's the point of having like all these things? Like economy wise, is it because of money, or is it because of you're talented?
It's never about money, because if it's about money, I'll take one thing. I'll just take one thing and focus on it. It's more of passion. The moment I studied filmmaking and acting at the same time, I realized that if somebody could have found me when I was still a 10 years boy and took me through this process, I mean, right now I'll be somewhere. I'm not saying like I'm not somewhere. I'm somewhere right now, but I'll be somewhere in a position whereby I'll be able to handle more than what I've handled right now. So I decided to take almost everything as a passion. Right now, you can call me for photography. I'll do it for free. You can call me to come and facilitate through script writing. I'll do it for free. But if you call me for directing, that's professionally, you'll have to pay me. If you call me to do cinematography, then you'll have to pay me. So for the two, those are my career. I'm doing them for money. Cinematography, directing, and editing. But the remaining part of it, like acting, I could do it for free. But you have to facilitate a few things. As an actor, if I come to act, you have to facilitate my accommodation. you have to facilitate my transport. Yeah. So,
Okay, yeah.
yeah. So most part of it is just about it's free. It's passion, only passion. Yeah, that's why I'm doing photography. I'm doing all these stuffs, and then I decided to add in community education. So if your group is there and you need some guidance, I'm here to help. And if it's a matter of helping, then I never ask for anything. I'll just come. I'll give you a few tips, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then just make sure that you go maybe through your first project, and then from there I'll know that you're somewhere. Then I'll hand you over to the world.
Yeah, and there's one question I always like to ask the content creators, since you are content creators.
Yeah.
Recently, the government actually ilikuwa inasema, actually it has already done it. So the government imposing the 15% tax on content creators. Do you think it will affect most of the content creators, since kuna wengi they are starting? Like, what's your thought on 15% by the government?
I think the truth is the government must run. And if the government must run, then they have to get through all the holes to make sure at least they get the funds to run the government. If you don't want this borrowing thing to end, then they'll have to go more deeper. I think the first time I was not supporting it when they made it, when it was about 15%, and with no clear indications of at what level should somebody be taxed that much. But I still support the government, because there are people who are making good money out of this content creation. So I think just putting mechanism into it is to make sure that the person who is starting has a grace period until to a certain point. For example, if you're earning something like 10K, 20,000, 50,000. Actually, if it's taken something again, it's taken away from it, you have nothing. But there are people who are making 100 plus. So like the government should just say, like somebody making from 100,000 going forward, yeah, you give 5% from 100,000. If you remove 5K, you don't have it. But from 10K, if you remove 500, then you have nothing. Yeah.
So content creators should be taxed, right?
Yes. Content creators should be taxed on what you've earned, not taxed on what you should earn. Because there are those pre-calculations of, I think this person can earn up to this. You should be taxed on what has already gone to you, what has already hit your bank account, not speculations.
Because the last time I watched YouTube, Eric Omondi was arguing that content creators should not be taxed. The reason being that if I want to be a content creator in Kenya, I go into my own pockets, then
Somebody is calling me on.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, if you're watching, we're here with Clinton. So I was saying recently when I was watching entertainment YouTube, right? Eric Omondi was arguing that content creators should not be taxed. For you to be taxed, you need they need a good reason to tax content creators. Umeenda umezibuy a camera, tripod, all the things. So he was saying that if the government wants to tax content creators, the government should buy cameras and tripods. You get to the content creators ndio earn place wamepanda. But anyways, Now let's talk about what it takes for an actor to be on top, right? For you to be called Sarah Hassan, for you to be called Jalas, what does it take for you kupanda ngazi na kufika hapo? What does it take?
For you to panda the ngazi, first of all, you have to be hardworking. Number one. And number two, you have to be consistent. You know, the more you do something, the more you become good at it. So you have to be consistent in any way that you can. And there are a lot of ways of becoming that, because most of the people always say, like, I don't have money, so I can't make it. You don't have money, yet there are groups that are calling you here for free. Somebody like Clinton is here to guide you free of charge. Because I think I've guided a lot of guys through acting, through filmmaking, and they're doing it outside there. Get somebody to mentor you through it. You can't do it alone. Just get somebody to mentor you through it. Somebody you can call at any time. Yeah, today I'm going for an audition and this is what we've been given. What should I do? Because an outside mind is always thinks more than yourself, because what you just think of the result, but this person will think of the process that you're going to go through. Also, you have to respect the stage. You have to respect the set. You have to network. You can't just be sitting in your house waiting to be called for an audition, and then you go there. Then once you're done, you go home, wait for another thing. Network, because sometimes there are projects that don't really do auditions. It's, hey, who do you know? Who do you know? Who do you know? Do you think this person? Who do you know? Somebody who can do this and this. If you've done good networking, somebody knows what you do. And then they'll be like, okay, I can recommend this guy. This person can really do this so well. And that doesn't go just for actors, but also for photographers and videographers. As a photographer, first of all, and a videographer, you have to volunteer a lot. You have to volunteer a lot and just get yourself outside there. Because if it goes on screen, no one waits to see who was behind that camera, who was behind that sound. The only people they look at are the people on the camera. Yeah, that's Sarah Hassan. Yeah, that's Lulu Hassan. Yet there's somebody who's always there in Nipashe Weekendi behind the camera, making sure that these people produce the best that they can produce. So you have to make sure you create a good network of yourself and network with people who are in line with what you're doing. Yeah, it's so hard to network with doctors.
Yeah, man, you can't be a photographer and you're networking with engineers, right?
Yeah.
You need like people on the same class. Anyways, let's talk about the education system in Kenya. Do you think the current education system like works a lot on talented individuals, especially the actors? Do you think there's a lot of support when it comes to supporting young actors?
I think it's not
because we were in school, right?
Yeah.
You saw we had clubs, but they were not enough. We had like the drama clubs. Is that even enough?
They're not. It's not really. It's not like the current. Maybe let's say the CBC, which is coming up. They'll come up with a different way of doing it. But the current system has nothing to do with art at all. And that starts from below up to the universities. Because even what people are being taught in universities and all that, they don't really apply it when it comes when they're now in the field now. They still go back to YouTube to go study and all that. It's not because somebody's waiting for you to do your Form 4 now for them to tell you, okay, right now you can go do media. You're going to do something that you've never gone through it. But there are different education systems whereby a child starts with something and then they're like, okay, this is what you have. Let's now work on this. Our camera. Yeah, there are some education systems whereby a child, by the time a child is 10 to 15 years, they already have experiences in what they're doing. Now, if you find these two people going for something, that child who's been raised with that will always get the better of it. So our education system is the worst.
It's worse, yeah.
It is the worst in terms of job creation and also creativity, and it doesn't help in anything.
Yeah. Actually, I think peer. Let's talk about parents, being guidance to their children. So kuna msee alikuwa anasema, we have people who go to school because of their parents, not because they are studying wrong courses, because their parents want them to study those courses. It's not because I want to study, because I feel peer parents should play a bigger role when it comes to career courses for their children. Ukiona mtu wako kwa uni and anadai kukua, for example, an actor, he wants to participate in filmmaking, like you should support. Because I have a friend who actually studied the wrong course and he's doing a different career, a different work. So parents here should be the key to their children, especially when it comes to choosing courses in universities, even as young, inafaa Peru anakam, like most of the students or most of the children, they lack support. When support should start directly home. And even yesterday actually I was having this madam, venye kuna the new CBC, like in this new curriculum, parents are able to participate with their children when it comes wameambe watengeneze brush ya kupanguza blackboard. So I think parents are bonding with children. I support it, the new curriculum, because it allows children to bond with their parents. Because nilikuwa nacheki huyo madam alikuwa anaunda board ya kubrush pamoja na mtoi wake, wamengangana, wamegonga tu msumari. Yeah, so parents, kindly be the key to your children, actually support them, ask them what they want to be in future, because there's no point of me studying engineering yet. I want to be a pilot, right? Yeah. So Clinton, like you personally, what's your favorite when it comes to acting, filmmaking, and all that?
My favorite is editing.
Oh, video editing, right?
Video editing is my favorite.
Okay.
And simply because I think maybe because I wanted to do a different course. I wanted to do computer science. So I got connected to computers more.
Okay.
So I love editing because you're there out of your mind. You have something that you don't know where it's going to be. But at the end of the day, you're going to have the results and you're going to present it. And whenever you present it and the client feels like, yeah, this is good on one shot, because you never edit at one shot. You edit, you submit it, and then they're like, no, you need to change this. No, you need to change this. Okay, add this. But whenever you do it on one shot, you always feel like, I did it.
Okay.
I did it.
You being a youth in Kenya, with economy being tough, right?
Yeah.
How do you balance? Like, how do you get your bread?
That is the question. Okay. First of all, I get my bread through art.
It's all about art.
It's all about art, and it's so funny. It's always funny when I tell somebody my life is art, because I've never done anything since I left high school. The only time I did that different thing is when I was doing I was a soldier. I was a security officer.
You're security?
A residential security officer.
Acting or a real one?
Yeah, a real one. No, it was a real one before. Like the moment I got out of high school, I was in a situation whereby I have to choose. It's either I get my way through going beyond my high school or getting into the working world. I never wanted to get into the working world without experience. So in that process of looking at what to do, I did sales for 3 days. I didn't feel good. Then I went did the residential security officer for a month. By the time I was done with that month, I was like, no, this is not my thing. This is not my thing. That's when I talked to a friend. I think you know him, Ian Chanzo. I talked to him and he told me, hey, by the way, we are looking for actors. That was term 2. Yeah, term 2 of 2018. And we need some more actors so you can join us. And so I went there and then I joined them. I performed for the first section of the term. And by the time it was getting to half term, we did a collective whereby you don't have a director. Yeah, just have somebody with lines. Whether that was the best experience I had with the best experience I had in acting, because you've not rehearsed with someone, you've met on stage,
you just perform,
and this guy didn't have lines. He didn't have lines. So if by the way you've watched you've studied you've read the Caucasian Joke Circle, and Shahua and Azdak. So this guy is Azdak and he doesn't have lines.
And you know, Azdak was the judge, right?
Azdak was the judge. And he has almost all the lines. And then I'm Shahua. So Shahua, most of the times, he's just a messenger. So that means he doesn't speak a lot. He just acts a lot. So I had to go beyond what I could do just to make sure that I prompt him. Like he knew them, but he doesn't have the cues to the right lines. So I had to always give him the
directions and cues.
Sometimes I need to be outside of the stage, but I'll do something to be on stage and cue him. Yeah, it was a good experience, but that was the last time I performed set books. Okay, it was paying, but not paying good.
It was not that. So does that mean that set book acting in Kenya, it's not paying well?
I don't know if it's a matter of, because I never went through the set book thing completely. But I think maybe it's something to do with the producers. Something to do with the producers, because you find somebody performing from the whole day and then just being paid 1,000. Yeah,
because I feel like I don't know much, but when it comes to set books, right? The person who is the main character should be paid a lot, right? So I had this one friend of me. He was the main actor, you know, but he was not being paid the money that he wanted. You know him, right? So even the producers, actually, I think the problem is with the producers. Anyways, I think that's the end of our show right here, the featured conversation. It's always the best. I don't know if Clinton, you have something you can add.
What I just want to add is, what I know we've talked about more of filming part, and we've not touched on the producer side though, because that's another,
that's another wide topic. And another conversation
for another day. But as whatever you're doing outside there, whatever you want to put out outside there, be it a teacher, be it an innovator, be it whatever you're doing outside there, do it with passion. You can do a lot of things. There's this quote that says, I don't know where I read it, or it always comes to my mind, but you can do anything in this world, but you can't do everything.
True.
So make a choice and focus on what you want to do. And things will work out.
Take that from Clinton. I think Pierre, do not forget to add much consistency. Consistency is always the key. Do it, and you do it again until you become perfect, right? Let me call that the end of the show. I've been your host, Sam. This is the featured conversation. We'll always have amazing guests, amazing conversation with different talented individuals in this show. Hope you've enjoyed. You can go check us out on Dapstrem Entertainment, Dapstrem Media, Dapstrem Radio. We'll always upload and update you there. So this is actually the best convo we've had. Go check out. We had Ben Sloss. He's an amazing web designer, photographer. Yeah, it's all about challenges we're facing, teenagers who are in different sectors of industry, especially the media industry. So next week we'll be having another guest, but Clinton ametupromise tutafanya naye show ingine hatari sana about journey za producing na production na hizo zote. Yeah, do not forget to like, comment, subscribe and share. I've been your host Sam Desan. So Clinton, talk pata wapi?
Mimi nipate everywhere at Adnan Clinton.
Adi Tinder.
Adnan Clinton everywhere.
Unasema kwa kila mahali hadi Tinder?
No, actually, no, si hadi Tinder. So Adnan Clinton on Facebook, Adnan Clinton on Instagram, Adnan Clinton on TikTok, and Adnan Clinton on LinkedIn.
LinkedIn, LinkedIn lazima. Anyways, let's call that the end of our show. Have an amazing Tuesday.